right, guys, Davis Tyler, aka Nanogenix, and today all the huss and the fuss, and I had to check it out. Literally, I'm filming this the morning of the 2nd of January here on Saturday, and a lot of people are talking about this banner right here because if you guys haven't been familiar with it, let's dive in. Now, the thing about this banner, and I literally said this on my JP summon, that makes it so fantastic is that even though each of these steps guarantees you something, right? On the that final spot guarantees you something that it tells you. So for this one, for example, we're going to get a super or extreme, essentially 120 lead. And then as you go through it, you are guaranteed better and better things until on the final step, you're guaranteed an LR. Now, the cool thing is that all the LRs that are available on the banner are typically available throughout all the steps. So you won't obviously get them on the guaranteed spot because that's always saved for what is specifically guaranteed from that step. But the other first 9 spots, you could get one of the other Dokkan Festival exclusives. You could get one of the LRs, whatever. And so what everyone is freaking out about is essentially LR UI Goku is not available in any of the spots until the final guaranteed spot. So right here, we are literally guaranteed a super class or extreme class category leader, guaranteed in the final spot. Now, something that you can do and that I was curious about is you can hop in and of course you can look and see what all is available. Every single character that you can potentially pull, and UI is not listed. So a lot of people are hoping that they're going to refund stones, all of that. And I'm not here to be a bearer of bad news, but if they were super worried about this being false advertisement or, you know, something that could be not great, which would inevitably make them have to refund stones, I think the game would be in emergency maintenance right now. Again, I am filming this just a couple hours after I woke up, literally the morning of the 2nd. And they've known about this for several hours now. Kawhi actually put out a tweet and they actually responded to people, like not an automated response. Essentially, they now know this is a thing. Now, I will still put links if you guys want to submit something to Bandai support. I mean, it might help them do something for this, but I don't know that this is quite on the level that some people are thinking that it is, only because they don't actually advertise the LRUI as being on any of the other steps except for the final one, which he is technically there and can be pulled. So that's why, like, I get it. Is it scummy? Yes, it is. And it makes almost no sense because the other thing that a very key note here is that Global got UI first, right? UI released on Global first a couple weeks before he released on JP. And then LR, Nappa, and Vegeta released after the fact, and they are available on the banner through every single one of the step-ups. That's the thing that makes the whole thing kind of weird. But he is still technically in the banner. Just LRUI is still technically in the banner. He just is only available to be pulled on the guaranteed LR spot on the final rotation. That's the thing. So, like, for example, that was not my GSSR right there, and we just got him, right? So now I have another path on my intelligence SSJ3 Goku, which is actually super sick. And we actually got an AGL Medical, which I don't think he was finished either. They haven't updated the animations yet on Global, so it's weird not seeing the Dokkan Fest thing. So right here, we are guaranteed a super / extreme class category, essentially the newer ones. So this actually, every step up you keep going, they essentially are guaranteeing you newer and newer and newer. And as you can see there, cooler is the picture there. And then the Majin Vegeta and the SSJ3 Goku are guaranteed this time now. And so I do obviously get everyone's frustration with it. I do think it's scummy, but I don't quite think it's, I think if we were going to get a refund of stones, I think if we were going to get a massive compensation, the game would have went into emergency maintenance. They would have taken it down so you couldn't keep spending on it. Now, will there be some potential sort of thing of like, hey, we're sorry this happened, here's like 10 dragon stones? I can see that, maybe. And even then, I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know how they handle some of the global stuff the way they do. It's very interesting, and it makes sometimes not a lot of sense. And realistically speaking, looking at this banner and JP's banner, there was really no real reason, at least that I can think of, that they shouldn't just basically made them the exact same banner. Well, what do I know? Hey, we take those. That's a good pull. That's a really good pull for me. Wow. I mean, because he's not been around like period, bro. So like, yes. But yeah, there he is. So he is technically advertised here, so we can technically pull him here. But apparently, even if you can, it's only in the guaranteed spot. It's apparently only in the guaranteed spot. I only scrolled through on the first round to see. I actually did specifically scroll through. If you want to check it for yourselves, you're going to be looking for a Super Saiyan God Goku, and more specifically, you're going to be looking for Warrior Beyond Limits and Expectations Super Saiyan God Goku. That is the SSR version of the LR UI Goku. So if you wanted to look for yourselves, that's how you would do it. And he technically, again, he technically isn't advertised until until this summon right here. So I don't think they're actually in the wrong. That's the problem. Whereas everyone, I think, thinks that they are right now. And again, I'm not saying it's not a scummy thing, but I think like it's not a thing that they can like be like, oh, we need to refund all your stones over, which just, yeah, I don't know. Honestly, it's a shitty situation. that's really the only way I know how to say it. It's a shitty situation. Straight up. Yeah, it sucks. All right, so we got LR. Actually, I can use LR Kellen Cleveland. All right, I'm gonna do this one more time. Anyways, I thought I would just, hop in. I won't lie to you. I hopped in on this because if for some crazy reason, again, I'll leave links to, I believe it's different based on whether it's iOS or Android. So I'll leave links to both of those. Don't go over there and don't like yell at them and stuff. Just put, hey, I found this thing where, LRUI isn't available and I don't understand why is he not available until the final step. Could you please fix this, or, something like that. Be very respectful, if you're going to go over there and submit it. But I will put links to their customer support line if you guys want to say something to them. Again, I don't know how much it's really going to do. Again, because if you look through it, they pretty much have all their ducks in a row. And at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, what you doing, boo boo, more or less. Like it's not really anything other than that. So yeah, I just thought I would summon and just to be on the safe side. I want to join in on potential free stones, free summons, etc. Especially on my global account. Honestly, realistically speaking, if this had went live, I was just trying to film the other night. What I was trying to do was film so I could, have New Year's Eve off and spending it with my wife and stuff like that. So if this would have been live on global earlier, the summoning video I did yesterday would have been on the global version. I still needed stuff on JP, but I need way more stuff like that, bro. Like that. All right, there we go. Rhyme hopping in. I swear I forgot to turn on D&D. Rhyme hopping into the video, like very, very minusculely, but still, he can't help himself, can he? But yeah, things like I actually can use Jirens too. As stupid as that is, somehow I've never pulled I think I only had until this is just my second dupe of that Jiren, if I'm not mistaken. Hang on, let me get Kefla locked up because that's a freaking dope pull. And let's get Jiren locked up as well. Okay, so now we're on to the third one. All right, let's do this. So if you guys hopped in on this banner, feel free to let me know down below what you guys pulled. Of course, if you enjoyed today's video, you'll know what to do. Hit that like button. You're new to the channel, consider subscribing. And your thoughts on the overall situation. Because the other thing too is that this has actually been one of the more mixed situations I've seen. Because typically when something like this happens, everyone's like, yes, and they get their pitchforks out and everyone's just like, take Bandai down. But I've actually seen more people than not defending it, which is weird. But it is worth noting that, as I mentioned earlier, Kawhi tweeted this out, and there's also a post on the Reddit. Ooh, we take those as well. The actual response that some people were getting at first were not automated responses. It was an actual legitimate human that wrote the response to them. We take those. And because so many people started submitting, because obviously this has gained a lot of traction, and here I am even making a video over it too. Since people kept submitting more and more requests, they're now automated. And so if you do submit something, I will let you know, it will probably be an automated request. You're probably not going to get a human reply at this point because they've been super overwhelmed with responses. And so now that if I'm making a video and letting you guys know you can do it, it'll even be even more responses, right? Or more responses to Bandai, which will probably just facilitate you at this point now to get an automated response. But the one thing is that if they do see such a community outcry, there is a possibility that they would do something. But again, my bet of something is, hey, We're sorry we weren't more clear on this. You can only obtain LRUI in the final spot, but since, you know, we weren't as clear as we maybe should have been, here's 10 dragon stones. That's what I'm guessing will happen. So we'll have to wait. We'll have to see if anything even comes from it. My guess is they will at least address it in the news or something, and then that'll be it. And then it'll be all said and done. I don't expect much more than that. All right, what are we gonna do? Like a double screen crack here? Anyways, that's my 2 cents on the whole situation. I had several of y'all tag me on Twitter telling me to retweet this, telling me to do this and all of that. So here's a video over it. This is about as good as it can get. This is, you know, this is where I can reach the most people with it. And I don't think Bandai watches my videos, but if they do, there you go. I put my 2 cents out there. If anyone Bandai is watching this, yes, I think this was a very scummy thing, and I don't really understand what you had to lose from just letting LRUI be available on every single step, because the rates to pull these units, because there's literally almost 300 characters. The chances of, I mean, like the fact that I pulled that Kefla and that Intelligence SSJ3 Goku, not on their own step ups and just randomly in the middle of a multi, is so slim because there's just so many units. By the way, that is a dope pull right here. That's the perfect guaranteed LR for me right there. We need dupes on him, and he's such a friggin' fantastic unit. So anyways, that's all I'm doing. I did 2 rounds. Some of y'all said you weren't even able to get to the guaranteed LR round and that it wouldn't affect you, but it actually technically would, because the whole point is that LRUI wasn't before the guaranteed portion. I saw a lot of people like, well, it doesn't affect me because I couldn't get to the guaranteed part anyway, but it does. That's the whole thing, is that the LRUI should have been available on every single step. That minuscule chance of pulling him, that 0.00 something % chance of pulling him, should have still been there. That was the whole sort of thing with it. So anyways, that's my video on the 2 cents. I probably didn't do a whole lot of edits on this just to kind of get this up, get this out. And also I wasn't trying to, you know, overly, these were more or less summons happening while I was trying to discuss about the situation and give my thoughts on it and everything like that. So anyways, if you guys enjoyed it, hit the like button. If not, hit that dislike button. You know what it is. And subscribe if you guys are new. Have a great day. Keep on keeping on Nanogenix on off, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye, guys.